Hey, this is Barb from Barb's Ink Pad, and I'm here for another Friday and a little fun. I'm going to play around with this stamp set, Hello Beautiful. It's part of a suite, which is Abstract Beauty. Now I'm going to tell you something. Was it last week we did that fun fold? Anyway, I can't remember if it was that. It was related to that fun fold. And I saw somebody had, when I was watching some of the YouTubes to get some ideas on it, I saw, good morning, Susan. How are you? Oh, you have sunshine today? We have sunshine, but it is so windy and the temperature is going to drop. So welcome to my state, Maryland, which one minute it can be, summer, the next minute spring, then winter and summer. You can get it all in one. But anyway, I saw somebody, they had the, let me see, how many sides is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 hexagonal, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the 6-sided thing is. And I saw that and I'm like, hi Pam. We had high winds and lots of rain. We had high winds and rains last night. Oh yeah, Sun City. Oh, you lucky devil, you. We had high winds and rains last night too. So it's like, it's still really windy out there this morning. I'm glad I did my walk yesterday because I would have blown away. So anyway, so I saw this and I'm like, wow, I don't remember those. Then all of a sudden, I kind of looked in here and I saw what she was doing and I'm like, oh my God, there they are. And I completely just overlooked this set. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Yeah, Nancy, the wind and the rain. The wind is just awful out there. So I ended up getting this suite. Of course I had to because I liked the dies. I could have just bought the dies, but no, bought the whole thing because I like this paper too. So, but it's amazing how you can sit there and you can see something and just kind of, the sentiments are really cool. So it's amazing how you can overlook something and then start to see stuff and then boom, there it is. So this is the bundle, which is the Hello Beautiful set and the dies. Let me show you something about the dies. Now I forgot to bring this over. Now watch, I probably stuck it on the side somewhere as usual, and oh no, here it is. I actually have it right where I want. I love the way these dies work. The dies are a little bit of fun. And you have some circles. Now the one circle, you can see it's big, but you can see it has an embossing part in it. So you can take this other one of the, the larger circle there and put it in. So then you have 3 circles. Then you have these hexagon. God, I can't remember my geometry. God, anyway, the 6-sided fun thing, which is really cool. And then these 2, again, they're embossed. You can use those for your labels and everything. Now I like these. At first I was like, I'm not so sure about the little pieces, but look, you have, this is the way one die is. Now you can see that goes with this die and this goes with that. Then you have well, what do I need, those other little pieces for? Well, you can do it like that and have half pieces. But then look, you can take and cut out your paper and put it right over top of that. And you can make some other kind of, you can do your DSP or 2 pieces of thing and have some other stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. Just took me a little bit, but I really like this with that little embossed part about that. So this is the bundle, the Hello Beautiful, which has got, this calls for a celebration. First of all, you're amazing. Hello Beautiful, I miss your face. Thank you, and so happy to know you. But it's got some cute little, I like this little squiggly thing and some other kind of stuff. So it's really, really kind of cool. So that, now if you get into the a whole suite thing. Now, here's this paper. I absolutely love this paper. Well, I love any time the papers have a metallic-y part about it. Hey, Kay, how are you? How's North Carolina? You have rain and wind and all like that? We have it up here. So, but you have the one side that's got the gold part to it, and the other part is just solemn. Yeah, I love the DSP. But, like, check this out. Is this not cool? So many things you can do. Now, I can't remember if the colors that they say in here are Magenta Madness, Blushing Bride, Pumpkin Pie, Crushed Curry, Just Jade, and Night of Navy. But I'm still kind of seeing, I'm having a hard time just trying to find Night of Navy in some of these, and some of it looks more black. Now this looks like the Night of Navy, but some of it looks more black than Night of Navy to me, like blacks and grays. But that's okay, because it kind of goes with everything. See, here you can see it on this. Looks more black, but they don't even mention black on here. But that's okay. See, this looks more black than Night of Navy. Wind, sprinkles, and overcast, but 67. You're lucky, Kay, because we have wind and our temperatures were like 60-something yesterday, but they're dropping down to like the 40s today. But I just love this. See, that's more black. Like I said, they didn't even mention it on the other papers over here. Like that. I love these papers. They're amazing, and even the other sides are great. And here's just, you know, like gold stripes, and the other side, I think that's the Night of Navy, not the black. Hard to tell. And this, and I love that Mango Melody in there. That's getting to be like a favorite color of mine. I'm sort of starting to like that. See, but, you know, like look, and then dots, and then the other side is the Blushing Bride dots, and then here's some with flowers. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Did you have your coffee? And then there's the thing. I agree. It looks black to me. Yeah, I made a card and used black for the sentiments and layer. Yeah, like I said, some of it I was hard pressed to really see it black, and I'm surprised they didn't put that in there. Maybe they just want to put 6 colors in there and not 7, and you know, hopefully they sit there and say, here's one. I love this one. I'm a fan of like that. It reminds me of like a summer tablecloth. And there are some of the flowers. So that's part of the suite. These are part of the suite, which is the hexagon. So I guess that's a hexagon. Hexagons, yeah, adhesive backed hexagons. So this is the Blushing Bride, the Just Jade. And see, now those are black. They're not navy. So that's what surprised me. It doesn't have it in there. Which, oh well. And then there's also these cards, which are really pretty. So you can use those. You want something quick and fast. Now that's Night of Navy, not black. You can make some quick and fast cards. I'll show you some. Now that's black. And then that. So maybe because it's a neutral. And I love the envelopes with the little bit of the color on the inside. So, but they're really kind of cool. I like those. So that was that. And then you had the Memories and More kind of thing. I didn't bring those cards over. Anyway, but it's like Memories and More, and then you get some other kind of cool stuff here, which is really kind of fun. Oh, those are other things I sort of used. So it's really a fun, let me see. No, I take that back. It's not Memories and More. It's like a ephemera. I always get that. So it's that. That's why I was thinking there was like Memories and More stuff. So that's everything that's included in there, which is really kind of cool. I just like, it's like, you know, like again, I missed it, and I'm like, how could I do that? But this is the card I just want to show you that we're going to do today. Just a little fun with a little thing like that. And this, just, you know, just when I put these on here, oh, that little one fell off. It's supposed to have another little one. So, I just didn't stick on there very well. Anyway, so it just gave me that like retro look, that like, what is it, 60s, 1960s? I was around then, so you'd think I would remember that. But this is just like a super easy card, and I'm going to show you what I did with it. Okay, so what I have, where is it? Here is it. I'm using Just Jade for the background. It's another color. This will be retiring this year. Oh, those are, I think the color I'm gonna miss the most is like the Midnight Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. I got it confused last week, didn't I? So now I have this, and then I have a piece of, this is your usual 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I took a piece of, this is 5 1/4 by 4, and I put it through the Tasteful Textures embossing folder. Now I took, and I'm going to show you what I did. The paper is not your usual like 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. This is 4 by 6. I'm not sure why they did that. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure it might go with the cards. I'm not sure. But, so I cut it off to make it 5 1/4. So now I have it like 5 1/4, so it's going to go across this way. Let me see. Then I cut it in half, so then you'll have 2 halves. And I'll show you. You just put your little ends right there, hold it down, make sure you got an end, and you know, like in that little slot there. And there you go. Now you have 2 halves, so that you can either, when you get done, you know, for the next card, you can either use the other side, which is this way, or this way, or this way, or this way. So you can use it a variety of different ways. I like that. I like that. So, but I'm going to use this one, which will go, now please, I'm trying to see what I did wrong, because I'll show you. Maybe, oh, that's what I bet I didn't do. What I didn't do is I just cut it in half to begin with and just lopped off that part. So, it's, you know, it's like, whatever. I'll get it squared away then. Like I said, and this is such an easy card. And then also I'm going to show you some other cards, because trust me, some days I sit down and I just can't get a handle. And it's like, oh, what was I thinking about? And I'm just going to put that on there. Sometimes if I have something that's right up against there or whatever, it's just sometimes easier to use the multi-purpose glue. I've been using that a lot. Then I am going to take, and I'm going to show you, you can run these through your mini thing, but I am going to take, and I am going to run it through the big one, only because I am going to run a whole bunch of these at the same time. So it just makes it a little bit easier. And you could do the same thing with the other one, but I had this one right here, and I thought, let's just run it through the big one. So I am going to use the Just Jade. I have a piece of Just Jade right here, and I'm going to put the fun one through there. Now I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use, and you can save all these things for like later, because then I'm going to use the diamond and that. Yeah, I save all the little pieces that I don't use or extra ones that I have. and you can put it right in with the stamp set, the extra ones, or you could put it right in with the other ones. And see, I just really love that. And then the little ones, I like the fact that they don't really stick inside. So I have that. And then I have my little hexagons and my diamonds. And I'll put those there, and hopefully I won't lose them. Then what I'm going to do, let me put this down here for a minute. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take and I am going to stamp my saying. What I did, oh, I didn't bring that over. See, there's my pieces. Some other pieces that I had done from the other day. Then what I did is, and did I bring it over here? Of course not. I'm going to take my Blushing Bride. See, that's what, yeah. My Blushing Bride, and stamp that little background on here. It just, let me see, I'm not going to use this one. This one, when I was doing this one at first, I did it, you know, like the other day on something, and I was like, dang, it almost looks like a donut or a hamburger. Sometimes the way my mind goes, it's like, not sure about that. Now, you can take and you can either cut out your circle ahead of time, or just go ahead and, I'm going to stamp that off a little bit. And then you can, sometimes I re-inked this the other day, and it seems like it comes out more of a brownie kind of a color. And then I'm going to take the saying, this calls for a celebration, and I'm going to do that in the Just Jade. And then I will cut it out with the larger of the circles, the plain circles. And I'm just going to do that right over top of that. There we go. I probably could have stamped that off a couple of times, but it still kind of comes through. So I'll take it. And then I'm going to use the larger of the circles. That fits it in there just perfectly. And let's put this in here. Probably could have used, I had a bunch of like smaller pieces of paper here and saved that, but no. Let me, had that on the wrong side. Okey-doke. This is so easy. And like I said, this is a big enough circle that you could actually cut it out, and that, you know, cut it out and then stamp right in the center of it. It, you know, it works out pretty well. Yeah, like I said, I do like these two too, and they have that retro like 60s vibe. Oh. So now I am going to put this on my card because I don't have anything else to stamp right there. So as long as I don't have anything to stamp, I'm pretty safe with putting that on there. And I told you what I do. I try to line this up. Three sides are all pretty even, so that gives you the fourth side will be even. There we go. I love these colors together. And then with this, I'm going to pop all of this up with dimensionals. And I'll put 4 on here. Yeah. I said, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of disappointed, you know, that we're getting rid of some of the in colors. Yeah. The one I didn't use that much was the lipstick color one. God, I'm telling you, I can't remember names. But the Just Jade I used a lot. The Misty Moonlight. Oh, and Bumblebee. And then I'm going to pop this up too. Yeah, the Bumblebee I'm really going to miss. And the Bumblebee and the Cinnamon Cider. And then I just kind of put this one, excuse me, a little, I'm going to put it a little skewed, just to be a little bit different. Then I have these, and I'm going to take, and I'm going to use dimensionals on these. Let me see, put this one here. And I'm going to put this one in the middle. So, and I kind of lined it up so that, you know, the 2 points there, so you can see that it's in the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing with these. Oh, come on, over here. I know we don't have any, but I'm telling you, I really depend a lot on tweezers. Let me take my little hexagon shaped dimensionals and put that right in there. I like the way they fit in there. And then you can just take and put that there. I probably could have moved this down a little bit, but no matter. And then again, like I said, you want to line up those little points on the side with the edges of the paper, and you've got that. And I'm going to use the biggest one right there, and then these smaller ones in the diamonds. I mean, who doesn't love that retro sort of look? Easy peasy. You don't have to, there's not a whole lot. And then on the inside, all I did, I just took some Just Jade, and you can use whichever of the squiggles, but I kind of like this big swooshy kind of thing. And then you can use it to write whatever you want on the inside. I'll show you. Let me see. Take this swooshy little thing and just so you have something on the inside. And you can use this on the outside of your envelope, or use one of those cool envelopes if you have these. And then I like these. These just reminded me of like little mountains or little something or other, and it's like cool. So just to give it a little something something. I thought about putting them all across the bottom there, but then I was like, no, need a little something to break that up. Got an extra one of these in there. Can put this in here. You've got that. And then you can take and put this on the other side. And voila, easy peasy. I'm telling you, like I said, I think I noticed it, but I thought there were other things. Yeah, the Pale Papaya is really good. I love the Pale Papaya with the gray granite. That's like one of my favorite color combinations. And then if you don't watch your fingers, you get a little smudge of green up there. Easy peasy. Like I said, with this, I found I got on a roll the other day and just started moving this baby around, you know, and I was like, man, I can do this. So there I took the Night of Navy, and I just used, this is the brushed metallics. It's still in the catalog, I hope. Anyway, with that, and then this is the ribbon from the, forget that. It's the, you know, like with the artful thing, like with that, and then there's that cool thing. Now, you, I didn't want to stamp right onto the gold, you know, so I did that, but it would look cool if you just kind of did that and that little squiggly thing. And then here I just used the Night of Navy, and then I took another piece of the Night of Navy and around it through the Tasteful Texture, just so it gave it a little bit of something, something. So that just made it kind of easy. And then here, I don't know if this is quite what they want to do it. A bunch of people were doing what you call keyhole cards. And so you could kind of see that like on the inside. So I took that, and then this is the Blushing Bride and the Night of Navy. And I just took a little, that little piece that I just kind of took off the bottom from there and just kind of used it like right there. And then there it is. I took the piece of DSP, cut it in half, and used that, and then just embossed it at the top. But you've got that. So I like that. And then here is just an easy peasy little card using one of theirs. So here you go. Here's the Mango Melody and the, you know, the Magenta Madness and everything. Easy peasy. Not a bit of stamping on here. It's just the stuff that was in the card. It was easy, 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 easy. I love, sometimes it's like I forget about doing this because I feel like I need to stamp or to do something, but sometimes this is all you need to do. That's all you need to do. So, I hope you enjoyed that today. Oh, thank you very much, Susan. I appreciate that. Sometimes when I'm sitting downstairs and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to make cards, it's like, oh my God, I don't have a thought in my mind. And I'll go upstairs to my husband and I say, I think I said I lost something. I have no creative spot in me. But this set actually makes it really easy to think of stuff. You know, it was, like I said, maybe it was just I was on a roll that day or whatever, but I was just like really, really happy with the way everything turned out. Got into the Night of Navy with this one. Although that looks more of the black than the Night of Navy, but it all just kind of, you could have used the black with that for the background too. And that's another thing. Well, I actually started to stamp something on the pale part. Again, just do around there, and then when you cut it out, you've got the DSP piece, you've got the navy piece, and you've got the blue set. I know. You're welcome, Kathy. That's what happened. Like I said, it all came because, like, I was thinking, was this something that retired a while ago? Because I don't remember those and all like that. And I'm like, dang, where is that from? And it's like, oh, shoot. So, of course, did I have to get it? Of course I did. And could I just get the set, get the bundle? No, I had to get the whole set because you needed the paper in there too. And if you're going to get the paper, you need to get these. And it's like, then I had to get these. And like I said, this is just so easy peasy, and you can stamp something on the inside. So I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it for today. And I will get it up. I did it last week, and I'm so proud of myself. I've got in this shape. Yes, there was. Because they had one, it was, you know, like it was using, it was another Hy-Vee looking thing. And they did have it. I think I actually sold that a while ago. But I do like it. Yeah, okay, and I have gotten it over. I've moved over. I know the last two or three, I've moved over to YouTube. So I do have YouTube, which is Barb's Ink Pad. So if anybody, I appreciate the share, because I noticed a bunch of you share. See if you have an extra Versamark. No, I just have the one Versamark. Was that you, Nancy? I just have one extra. I just have one Versamark. So, that's all I have today. And I will put this up on my blog. I have done my blog, like this will be my 3rd week in a row. I'm so excited because maybe I'm getting a little bit better at it because it takes me hours to figure it out, to get it together. But I'm there anyway, so it's barbsinkpad.com. So I appreciate it. Everybody have a good weekend. I hope yours is nice. Mine's going to be cold. It might be sunny, but it's going to be cold. And then by the end of next week, it'll be warmer again. So who knows? Welcome to the world of, but this weekend, it's like a President's weekend. This weekend was always a snow weekend. We could always count on a blizzard this weekend. But so no snow in our forecast. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.